last year, I was really excited about Pixel Studio and being able to take still photos and being able to edit them and bring a lot of creativity. And this year with VO and VO3, I'm now making videos. And that's just a year. It's wild.
Welcome to the Made by Google podcast, where we meet the people who work on the Google products you love. Here's your host, Rashid Finj.
It is so great to finally see you. That's right, the Made by Google podcast is now a video podcast. So if you're just listening to us right now, head over to Google's YouTube channel if you also want to watch us. It's got some big upgrades, it's full of refinements, and it's faster yet more efficient. The 10th generation Pixel smartphones are amazing. Now let's hear what happened behind the scenes when bringing Pixel 10 to life. Like, why did the team zigzag on bumpy roads? We're gonna learn all about that and much more from Group Product Manager Stephanie Scott.
This is the Made by Google podcast.
Stephanie, if I'd ask you to sum up in one word what is great about the 10th generation Pixel devices, which word would you pick?
I think I'd pick the word revolutionary, just because they're bringing so much newness in terms of capability year over year. It's surprising how much they've leveled up and continue to bring transformational new experiences.
I think that's a great word to pick. So we are celebrating the 10th generation of Pixel devices. What is the mood in the team? Is it celebratory, or is everyone just really laser focused on working on all those beautiful products?
I'll definitely acknowledge that the team is laser focused, very busy at the moment working on bringing these products to users. We're definitely excited though as well. I think in particular this year, there's an awesome combination of beautiful, very refined hardware, our latest and greatest Tensor chip with more customization than ever before, and obviously more AI in more places, bringing to life phenomenal use cases.
So when you started work on Pixel 10, was there sort of an overarching goal you wanted to achieve, maybe compared to previous iterations of Pixel?
When we think about starting a product, oftentimes we're thinking about where we want to push the device forward, listening obviously to a lot of user feedback, but also taking a look at what new technologies exist and how they may help unlock new solutions to user problems. In particular for Pixel 10, we continue to push on how can we advance the camera, how can we advance all the AI helpfulness built in for those devices.
So there's a lot to talk about with Pixel 10. Let's start with the camera system, because I guess, whichever Pixel you take, it was always on the forefront by quite a margin. I guess the most notable change is maybe on Pixel 10.
So on Pixel 10, very exciting update this year. Definitely the most capable camera we're delivering for this tier of device. Going from 2 rear lenses, a main and an ultra wide, to 3 rear lenses, a main and ultra wide, and a new 5x tele this year. That 5x tele will deliver 10x optical quality, and with super res zoom, help users get all the way up to 20x, just unlocking new photography modes.
Amazing. And then someone might be forgiven for thinking that maybe the cameras on the Pro and Pro XL are the same as last year, but that's not the case from what I understand.
That is true. That's not the case. So we've continued to make upgrades to the Pro as well. We have, of course, our best camera system on the Pro devices, which includes the 50 megapixel main that now has 2 degrees of optical image stabilization, which helps deliver our best ever video stabilization with Video Boost, actually the best in the industry, which is really, really exciting. And then another really exciting capability coming to the Pro devices this year is a big overhaul to zoom. So we're giving users the capability of going all the way up to 100x zoom by building in an amazing and our largest ever diffusion model on device. So that's just a really powerful model that sort of lets users capture phenomenal detail well beyond the zoom range that maybe was capable before.
So a lot of AI in cameras, of course, that's always been a staple of Pixel. But usually we used AI to make the cameras better. I guess this is the first time where we're also trying to make the photographer better with a feature we call Camera Coach. How did that come about and how does it work?
Camera Coach is a really fun feature to use. So again, Pixel has a long history of using AI to help make your picture better once you've taken it or as you're taking it. This year, we're bringing this new capability that leverages Gemini to help guide you to set up and take better shots, including adjusting things like the framing, the modes, the lens choice, etc. For this one in particular, again, you can sort of take your camera out and engage the coach, and it sort of looks at the scene. It will suggest a few different framings for you, which is really fun, again, because it may suggest things that you hadn't thought of before. And once you pick a framing, it will actually guide you through the steps to set up that shot. So it may tell you things like get the subject's attention or switch to a different lens, and then how to frame the subject within the scene.
Amazing. So I'll get a better picture because of that. And then we have a new way of editing pictures, also powered by AI. Something I haven't tried myself yet. It's called conversational editing. So am I talking to my photo editor now? Is that what it is?
You don't have to talk to it. You could type to it. But conversational editing is one of my absolute favorites this year. I love editing my photos and seeing sort of what edits I can apply to sort of up-level my photography. And with conversational editing, it leverages Gemini sort of to give you a photo editor that can understand natural language in your pocket, which is just so cool. So it takes your input, whether you give it something a little less specific, so I can ask, adjust the lighting or adjust the framing, and it will do things like that. It also handles more specific edits beautifully. So I was traveling recently with my husband, and he spent a lot of the trip, because it was warm out, carrying around a water bottle. He's also not very patient in terms of letting folks clear out of the back of the shot. So we end up oftentimes with photo bombers or just people standing in the back of the shot. And I love that I can just ask the editor to say, hey, erase the water bottle, clear out the extra people. Maybe I also ask it to adjust the framing as well. And it's just so much more seamless than ever before. And so that shot that maybe was a throwaway before is now awesome.
Forgive me for the pun, but if we zoom out a little bit and we see where those cameras are housed in, we can look at the actual design of Pixel 10. I think you call it the ID is the jargon, right? Like sort of the way the phone looks. How would you describe it? It's I guess refinement is a word that comes to mind comparing it to the previous generation.
I think you're spot on with the word refinement. And again, we launched our beautiful new design language with Pixel 9, 9 Pro, and XL last year. And the designers for Pixel 10 really took it to the next level. I love that they've brought in beautiful refinements and details. In particular, there's a lovely diamond cut around the camera bar that really catches the light beautifully and sort of accentuates that detail of the phone that is so important, now become iconic and beloved. And then we've also brought a beautiful mirror finish to the Google logo as well. The colors, I will say, are absolutely outstanding this year. I love the Moonstone. It's a beautiful blue purple that it just feels very current, and I love that it fits with so many different scenes.
I love the indigo one, gotta say. I mean, that's like, I heard it was sort of a throwback to the OG Pixel in a way. Was that an accident or something that was really thought through, like we need to do something like an homage?
The indigo is another fan favorite this year. The indigo is a beautiful cobalt blue, and it does harken back to our first generation Pixel, which we launched the color really blue. It's amazing because I think that color has sort of come back around, but has a beautiful sort of energetic look to it that I think folks will be excited to see back in the Pixel lineup.
Something else that is new for this year is and I hope I'm saying this right, it is S8E2 wireless charging. That's a mouthful. So what is it? Make me care.
Qi2 wireless charging enables fast and secure wireless charging because you have the magnets that help the charger align and stay affixed to the back of the phone. We have two really great chargers this year, both a puck and a puck with a charging stand that again give you a ton of versatility whether you're on the go or you want that beautiful bedside table or desk setup experience. It's great because on the stand mode as well, you can do all sorts of extra things like display your favorite photos, display the weather. You can also control your smart home devices. So it's a really elegant charging experience.
So for the people watching us on YouTube right now, I think you brought one of the accessories you mentioned, right?
I did. I brought one of my favorites, which is the ring stand, and it snaps really beautifully just to the back of the device, which is one that I did not necessarily know that I would love, but I absolutely loved it. I was notorious on the team for actually using the camera bar and letting my phone sort of perch off of things, and the ring
Right.
stand gives me a lot more versatility in terms of either setting up photos or setting my phone up, to listen into a call, watch a YouTube video. I love how secure it is. We really optimized the force of the magnets to make sure the experience is awesome. And then one other great detail is it actually has a beautiful microfiber lining that isn't just there for aesthetics. It actually helps with being able to change the angle of the ring as well really easily. So it just
All right.
beautifully glides over the back surface of the phone.
Of course, Pixel 10 on the inside, it seems like a crowded place to me. So how did you end up adding magnets to it? That seems like a tough puzzle.
Yeah. Every time we add something, it is a puzzle because the phone is jam packed. And particularly the back of the phone looks beautiful. It looks very clean, but you have to remember that it's packed with technology, whether it's the wireless charging, NFC, or other things running out the back of the phone. And so the team worked really, really hard to integrate both the wireless charging coil as well as the new magnetic ring and making sure we were getting an excellent force for attaching all those accessories in a way that felt really secure.
So we'll get to battery life. I'm just wondering, like, how large is a magnet? Sort of like, I'm thinking sort of kitchen, fridge magnet size in there. Is that what we're looking at?
Not quite. So the magnets that are used in the Pixel Snap, it's actually a ring of magnets that are very thin. So it's not quite like that circular coin magnet that you might have on the fridge magnet you picked up while traveling. But it's a ring of magnets that's integrated and, again, super, super highly optimized to make sure accessories are staying on the phone, that the phone is staying on stands in particular. We thought a lot about the foldable device, which is big and especially when it's unfolded, has a big, beautiful 8-inch screen. We wanted that to work beautifully on the stand as well. And so having a strong enough force and in great alignment such that you could easily snap that in place and continue watching your content or use that wonderful stand experience was something the team optimized carefully for. The other fun challenging case is driving. And so making sure some folks use the Pixel Snap as a magnetic mount in the car. And our team definitely thought through very carefully, hey, it doesn't just need to affix the moment you get in the car, but how's it going to work on a bumpy road when you're going around a sharp corner? What about if you stop suddenly in traffic? And making sure that the phone stays firmly affixed during the conditions you might find on the road was one the team thought about.
I'm thinking, Steph, there's only one way to know if it's good enough, right?
That's true. So the product team did go out and test it on the road. So they're definitely looking out for some of the bumpiest roads in the area taking some sharp turns, maybe even doing a little bit of speeding or some sharp stops to make sure that the phone was really staying affixed to the accessories.
Going back to batteries are larger. Does that also automatically mean better battery life? And were there other things you did to get to that better battery life?
We're really excited that the Pixel devices this year all have bigger batteries year over year, which again enables more battery life for users. But that's not the only place we're getting battery life from. We have the latest Tensor chip that continues to deliver new use cases, but also more efficiencies as well. And then one of my favorites is the Pixel 10 Pro and XL displays that are actually brighter year over year, all while using less power. So with the progress of technology, oftentimes it's really exciting when you're getting more, all while using less power.
So people who are following Pixel closely, they've been looking forward to the Tensor chip that is in this year's Pixel device. Why is it so awesome, and what is special about this year's Tensor chip?
So Tensor is our custom chip that's co-designed with Google DeepMind to ensure that we're bringing the best of machine learning and AI directly to the hands of users. Really exciting this year is that we've gone deeper in our customization this year to deliver more custom AI use cases. There's over 20 new models running on device, enabling new features, which is really, really impressive. We've also upgraded the TPU to be 60% more powerful. The CPU is over 30% faster on average. And then we have some really great specific use cases as well. One of my favorites is the 100x zoom is actually powered by our largest ever diffusion model and largest ever model for Pixel camera on Tensor. And it's just unlocking new capabilities that were not possible before.
And is this year's Tensor chip another example of something that is more powerful yet more efficient?
This year's Tensor chip is definitely more powerful. So we have, again, the upgraded TPU, the upgraded CPU that are delivering faster performance. The chip is also built on the 3nm process node, which delivers efficiency, and again is really, really exciting at unlocking new use cases.
Well, some of those use cases, unsurprisingly, are in the realm of AI. We have some great new AI features in Pixel 10 this year that make the phone more personal and more proactive. Any favorites?
Yeah, so one of my favorite new AI features is Magic Queue. And so this one is really a transformational new capability that takes in your personal context and helps surface information for you proactively so that you don't have to go hunt for it. That sounds probably a little abstract, so I'll break it down a little bit. But a lot of us have a lot of complexity in our lives and, may have information stored across Gmail or text messages or in our calendar or in maybe Keep Notes. And with Magic Queue, if I'm, say, setting up an appointment with you or we're texting back and forth and I'm saying, hey, what time was our lunch reservation? It can actually pull that information from those other facets of my life and automatically surface that for me. And that's again, super transformational way of bringing you something proactively rather than me having to go hunt that information down and the technology being there for me, but being much more reactive. It's an awesome new capability.
Now, let's switch gears and talk about Gemini. I'm sure you're a power user. Gemini is better than ever on Pixel 10. Any examples of ways you've been using Gemini that might inspire us to maybe follow suit?
I would definitely describe myself as a heavy Gemini user at this point. I use it so much across both my work as well as in my personal life. At work, I love it for, thought partnership and just accelerating work streams, whether it's getting something from an outline to a draft more simply, or thinking through how I can write something in a more efficient way. In my personal life, though, I've definitely had a lot of fun using it as well. Particularly Gemini Live with the camera has helped me in some pinches. Very recently, I was doing a home repair on my dishwasher, and I'd gotten to a stage where I was stumped. There was a sort of a fitting, in a clamp that I was not familiar with. And so I pulled out Gemini Live and I asked it, hey, what is this? Because I knew if I took it off, first I needed to figure out how to take it off, but also I needed to figure out what to buy if I, to put it back together at the hardware store. And Gemini Live was super helpful. It took a look at what was going on and was able to tell me what type of a hose clamp it was. Again, I was not familiar with that part. It helped provide instructions on how to get it off, and then also I was able to go easily to the hardware store and get a new one to put it all back together.
Amazing. And that is because Gemini Live can see what you see with your permission, of course, which is an amazing feature. Now, since we're celebrating 10 generations of Pixel this year, and you've been on the team since Pixel 3, so you've seen most of them, I'm just curious if any of those devices over the past few years, is there one that holds a special place in your heart for whatever reason?
In terms of Pixel devices, they're all so good. But the Pixel generation that holds the most special place for me is the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro generation. That particular generation was a big step change for Pixel. We launched a lot of new things. This was Pixel 6 generation was the first year we had the Tensor chip, which again brings so much deep customization in terms of hardware, software, and AI, and bringing those new use cases to users. We also brought our first ever Pro phone that year that delivers the ultimate Pixel experience. With the Pro phone, we brought our first triple rear camera and really up-leveled the camera experience as well. And to design for that, we had our new design language and our first ever camera bar design. And so Pixel 6 generation with Tensor, first Pro phone, first triple rear camera, the new camera bar, that was such a big leap forward, big step forward. I love the trajectory it set us on for the following years to come as well.
If we go back to 2016, when Pixel was introduced by Rick Osterloh on stage, we already were speaking about hardware, software, and AI. And, we're almost 10 years later, and it's all there. I'm just wondering, where do you think we are on that sort of AI journey in terms of what we're offering now and what could come next?
Thinking about where we started with Pixel 1, it's unbelievable how far we've come in terms of what you could do with the hardware, software, and AI. I distinctly remember back when we had the first generation Google Assistant, at the time being really impressed by what it could do and seeing how much more it's able to do now and how much more it's able to do year over year. It's unbelievable, sort of the trajectory that the products are on and how much newness we're able to deliver. One of the things I was thinking about actually is that last year I was really excited about Pixel Studio and being able to take still photos and being able to edit them and bring a lot of creativity. And this year with VO and VO3, I'm now making videos, and that's just a year. It's wild. I think I told you last year about sending my cat to outer space and how I love being able to change the background with her. This year I'm making videos of her, and it's just so much more fun. It's so much more creative, and it's seeing the pace of innovation has just been so impressive and also really exciting.
Yeah, let's see what's next year and where your cat is going then. I'll be really excited to find out. Steph, before we close this season, we're bringing in questions from our Pixel superfan community. And we have a question for you from Shane, and he asks, what is an example of user feedback that has driven a product level change? Which I guess is an amazing question to ask a product manager.
That's a great question. So product managers, we listen very keenly to users and user feedback, wanting to make sure we understand what the problems are that they might have and also what unmet needs they might have. In particular, for me, one that comes to mind is when we launched the Pro phone, the first few years the Pro phone was only available in a larger screen size. And we got a lot of feedback from users that they loved the product, they loved the cameras, but they wanted that experience in a smaller package or a smaller form factor. And so listening to all of that feedback, we launched with Pixel 9 generation, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro XL, giving users uncompromised choice of size where they could get that ultimate Pixel experience, including our best camera, in the size that works for them. So that's probably one of my favorite examples of where we've listened keenly to user feedback and brought changes to the product, or brought a second product to market.
And what a great choice it's turned out to be. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining the Made by Google podcast. Good luck on the next one, the next launch, and hopefully we'll see you soon again.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Made by Google podcast. Don't miss out on new episodes. Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts to be the first to listen.